Good evening. I'd like to welcome you here for the May 10th, 2021 Guthrie Public School Board of Education regular meeting. Roll call, please.
Bennett Johnson. Smedley.
Here.
Schroeder.
Here.
Black.
Here.
Salee. Pearson. Here. Davis.
Present.
Madam President, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To begin this meeting, let us pause in a moment of silence. Thank you. Next order of business is student recognition.
Mr. Whimsy.
Hi everybody, I'm Blake Whimsy with Foundation Insurance, and we're presenting our last Student of the Month for the school year. Our Student of the Month this month is Mr. Cooper Walters, and he was nominated by one of his teachers, Mr. Dablemont, and I'm going to read to you guys his nomination. I always pick the longest nominations. I would like to recommend Cooper Walters for Student of the Month because he has displayed the following qualities: humility, peaceful, and perseverance. Cooper is in my second hour math class. He adds a lot of calmness in that classroom, and I'm very proud of him. So now, let me tell you about his qualities. I believe one of the greatest qualities in life is to be humble, though this does not necessarily relate to Student of the Month. As you can tell, Cooper is quite a strong 7th grader. One might say that in a football game, he's like a man amongst boys. I was for sure that I would hear him boasting about his strength, and yet I always find the contrary. He is very humble about it. I have never found him boasting about his strength. Being humble is a great virtue in life, and he has it. Students find him very personable and willing to listen to his input, without the feeling that he is trying to impose his opinions by force. Perhaps my favorite of his qualities is his natural, peaceful environment that he creates by being there. It is like he has an aura that you just feel comfortable and relaxed around him. This is a very rare quality. It's the kind of quality that makes you want to invite him in. He's the kind of coworker that you will always want to be in your group to work with. Anyone will want to work alongside him, and I am positive that in the real world, he'll be a pivotal piece wherever he chooses to work. The last quality that stuck out to me this month is his perseverance. Last semester, he was kind of struggling to stay afloat. Then this semester, he turned it up quite a bit. He definitely learned to persevere, and I am seeing the evidence of that in his math grades and how he works at improving it. When you put these three qualities together, you end up with a Student of the Month, but above all, you end up with a person that you can rely on and that has sight for the greater good of the people around you. Great nomination, and congrats, Cooper, on Student of the Month. We've got a $100 Visa gift card for you this month. Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, you want to take a picture?
Last one. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Pretty good.
Next order of business is comments to the board by citizens registered to speak to.
We have none.
Comments from the board members. Superintendent's report.
Okay, I have several items to convey to the board tonight. First of all, we received acknowledgement of our American Rescue Plan Act allocation. As you guys know, every time we get a federal stimulus situation, they seem to change what they call it. It was $123,000 more than the original estimate, and the total is over $6.2 million. We're working with the board committees to determine priorities for these funds, and we will continue to work through the Property Finance Committee, especially going forward. And I think the board knows that part of the monies are slated for capital projects that we will open bids on May 17th, the special board. Some good news for parents. The USDA will continue the waiver that allows schools to provide regular meals, not a la carte, to students free of charge for the 21-22 school year, regardless of family income. Got some important dates for board members and community members it's hard to believe we're in the home stretch of this school year with everything that's happened, but we truly are, and as you've done this before, you know that we finish with a flurry of activity. And so May 18th is the Senior Academic Awards Night, and that's going to be in the high school gym this year. That begins at 6:30. May 19th, Baccalaureate Services. That begins at 7 p.m. at Community Church. And then May 21st, high school graduation at Jelsma Stadium, beginning at 7:30 p.m. And then May 25th will be the last day of school. And you may remember that we had 2 days that had not been made up as distance learning. We are not going to make those days up since we have converted to hours, and so we will still finish on May 25th, barring any floods or tornadoes or whatever else that might happen, because we all know that we've seen some crazy things even in May with our weather. For the administrative staff, the 4-day work week will begin on June 7th. And then I'm getting ready to go down a long list of accomplishments from spring sports forward. This has been one of the most successful springs I can remember with all of our sports. Girls golf qualified for the state tournament, and they finished 9th. Girls soccer team qualified for the state playoffs. Girls track finished 4th at the regional track meet. Both tennis teams have competed at the regional level, and this afternoon, both boys doubles teams qualified for the state tournament. Boys track were the regional champions. Boys golf qualified for the state tournament, which began today. And then baseball was the regional champions and will advance to the state tournament. They will play Pryor at Edmond Santa Fe High School on Thursday, with the game beginning at 4:00 p.m. And then finally, and I touched on it earlier, reminder that the special board meeting will be Monday, May 17th at 7:45 a.m. That should be a fairly quick meeting where we hopefully accept bids that are favorable for our first phase of projects for this summer. That's my report.
Thank you, Dr. Simpson. And again, congratulations to all our spring sports and all their success. We will now move to the consent agenda. We need to remove item 9A from the consent agenda, please.
Madam President, I move that we approve the consent agenda excluding item A.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to accept the consent agenda, all except item A. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Yes.
Flagg?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
5 ayes and no nays.
We will now vote on consent agenda A, meetings of the regular meeting held on April 12, 2021.
Madam President, I move we approve agenda item 9A. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept consent agenda 9A. Roll call, please.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Abstain.
Flagg?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis? Yes.
4 ayes, 0 nays, and 1 abstain.
Thank you. We will now move to our business agenda. A, recommendation, consideration, and action to approve teachers and administrator as listed for 2021 for K-6 remedial summer school.
We have we've gotten it all put together to try and offer summer school. We've tried to beef up our offerings in light of the pandemic, and this is an item that we always bring to the board at the May meeting so that we can approve employment of these staff members for extra work, extra duty in the summertime. Recommend approval. Ms. Walters can answer any questions.
Is there a motion?
Madam President, I'll make a motion to approve teachers and administrator as listed for the 2021 K-6 remedial summer school.
Second.
Betsy Chen, BCBA or BC Behavioral LLC, to provide specialized service relating to the provision of educational and behavioral services for students for June and July 2021 and the 2021-2022 school year.
These services are required by federal law, and we've contracted with Ms. Chen in the past. If you have questions, Ms. Medley can answer them. Recommend approval.
Is there a motion?
Madam President, I make a motion that we accept the agreement with Betsy Chen, BCBA of BC Behavioral LLC, to provide specialized services relating to the provision of educational and behavioral services for students for June and July of 2021 and the 2021-2022 school year.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept business agenda 10B. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Yes.
Black?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
Thank you. Next order of business, recommendation and consideration and action upon renewal with National Purchase Cooperative Interlocal Participation Agreement with by Board National Purchasing Cooperative for 2021-2022.
This renewal of the agreement is on pages 66 through 72. We have had a relationship with Board for a number of years and periodically utilize their services in order to get the best price for the items that we're looking for. Recommend approval.
Madam President, I make a motion upon the renewal of National Purchasing Cooperative Interlocal Participation Agreement with Board National Purchasing Cooperative for 2021-2022.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to accept business item 10C. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Yes.
Black?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
5 ayes and 0 nays.
Thank you. Next order of business, 10D, recommendation and consideration for action upon agreement with Quality Care Labs LLC for student drug testing services for 2021-2022.
This is a company that we've had a relationship with as well. They have provided quality services for us, and we've also put this out for quotes, and this was the best quote, and we are also very comfortable with their services they provide. Recommend approval.
Madam President, I move that we approve the agreement with Quality Care Labs LLC for student drug testing services for 2021-2022.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept business item 10D. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Yes.
Black?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
5 ayes and 0 nays.
Thank you. Next order of business, 10E, recommendation and consideration and action upon Edgenuity Virtual Classroom 2021-2022.
So this is also a renewal. This was our distance learning provider for grades 6 through 12. And we negotiated last year a favorable contract with them and want to renew that contract. This will allow us for a seat for all students in grades 6 through 12. This will be in most cases, a supplemental, except for those that are enrolled in Blue Jay Academy, and recommend approval.
Is there a motion?
Madam President, I make a motion that we accept the action for Edgenuity Virtual Classroom for 2021-2022.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept business item 10E. Is there any discussion? I do have a question. Was sixth grade to be included in that? I understood maybe sixth grade didn't want Edgenuity.
No, the sixth grade, we still have the capability of using that in the classroom if they want to use it as supplemental because the price is 6 through 12. But for our Blue Jay Academy, we're going to do 7 through 12 only.
Okay, thank you. Is there any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Yes.
Black?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
5 ayes and 0 nays.
Thank you. Business item 10F, recommendation and consideration and action to accept each bid as listed for lawn services for Guthrie Public Schools for 2021-2022.
The bid tabulation sheet on page 77, you can see that in all sites, Hudson Lawn Care was the low bidder, and we recommend awarding the bid for Hudson Lawn Care service for all our sites.
Madam President, I move that we approve hiring Hudson Lawn Care for the lawn service for all sites of the Guthrie Public Schools.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept business item 10F. Is there any discussion?
I just have a comment question, I think. It seems like every year when we look at these, we're not getting anybody to bid on. I mean, I have no problem with Hudson's, but what's kind of, keeping these people from bidding?
We had a little bit of this discussion in the property committee also. I think that a lot of these lawn services, they have their group of customers, and taking on additional work makes it for a very uncertain situation whether or not they can provide the services that their customers expect. And I think also, were we not pleased with the services of Hudson, we would probably be seeking other vendors. Cody, is there anything you can add to that?
Yeah, part of the reason also for the other contractors is they have to, we send them out to Edmond and Oklahoma City area. They have to get so many of these in order to make it worth their while to come up here. I think that's part of it, because they realize they may not get certain ones, and they just can't afford to come up here and do it right now.
And I will tell the board, we've had this discussion at the board level several times in my time as superintendent. I do believe that it is to our benefit to have a vendor do our mowing versus us trying to have the equipment and the manpower to do that. It makes for keeping our schools looking in much better shape.
Is there any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Yes.
Flagg?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
5 ayes and 0 nays.
Thank you. Business item 11, proposed executive session for the purpose of discussing employment of personnel, FMLA request, resignation, separation from employment, and transfer of position request, all as set out on personnel report. Extra duty assignments as listed for 2020, 2021, rehiring of support personnel as listed for 2021, 2022, employment of temporary contract teachers as listed for 2021, 2022, employment of probationary teachers as listed for 2021, 2022, employment for career teachers as listed for 2021, 2022, discussion of teacher negotiations for 2021, 2022, disclosure of which information would violate the confidentiality requirements of state and/or federal law, all pursuant to 25 Oklahoma statute section 307B 1, 2, and 7.
Madam President, I move we go into executive session.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session. Roll call, please.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Yes.
Flagg?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
5 ayes and 0 nays.
Thank you. Only items in agenda 11 were discussed in executive session and no votes were taken. This shall constitute the executive session minutes. We'll now move to business item 12, vote on action as set out on personnel report.
Madam President, I move we approve the action set out on the personnel reports.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the action on as set out on the personnel report. Is there any roll call, please?
Benny Johnson?
Yes.
Smedley?
Yes.
Schroeder?
Yes.
Flagg?
Yes.
Pearson?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
6 ayes and 0 nays.
Thank you. Number 13, action upon recommendation of extra duty assignment as listed for 2020, 2021.
Madam President, I make a motion to approve the extra duty assignment as listed for 2020-2021.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the business item 13. Roll call, please.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Clag.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays.
Thank you. 14, action upon recommendation to rehire support personnel as listed for 2021-2022.
Madam President, I move that we approve the recommendation to rehire support personnel as listed for 2021-2022.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the action upon recommendation to rehire support personnel as listed at 2021-2022. Roll call, please.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Clag.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Davis? Yes.
6 ayes and 0 nays.
15, action upon recommendation to rehire temporary contract teachers as listed for the first semester of 2021-2022.
Madam President, I make a motion that we accept the recommendation to rehire temporary contract teachers as listed for the first semester of 2021-2022.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept business item 15. Roll call, please.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Clag.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
6 ayes and 0 nays.
Thank you. Business item 16, action upon recommendation to rehire probationary contract teachers as listed for the first semester of 2021-2022.
Madam President, I make a motion that we accept the recommendation to rehire probationary contract teachers as listed for the first semester of 2021-2022.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept business item number 16. Roll call, please.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Clag.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
6 ayes and 0 nays.
Business item 17, action upon recommendation to rehire career contract teachers as listed for 2021-2022.
Madam President, I move that we approve the recommendation to hire career contract teachers as listed for 2021-2022.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept business item 17. Roll call, please.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Clag.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
6 ayes and 0 nays.
Business item 18, recommendation and consideration in action to accept any resignations offered since the posting of the agenda.
We have no staff resignations.
Dr. Simpson, in Board of Education, I would like to submit my resignation from the Board of Education. I've enjoyed the opportunity to serve the past 4 years on the Guthrie Public School Board. But when you have children, you always hope that they stay close so that you can be a part of your children's adult lives. And we have a son that is wanting to move back from Texas and wishing to seek employment in the Guthrie Public School District, which is such a blessing. Effective after tonight's meeting, I will resign from the Guthrie Board of Education, and I will continue to support the school system by any possible means. And I'd like to thank Dr. Simpson, the board, Samantha, Dr. Doug Ogle, and Michelle, and Carmen. Really appreciate working with you. But you know, your kids always come first. So, this is a voting item. Is there a motion? to
Madam
accept this
President, I
one?
move we accept your resignation, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll second that. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to accept the resignation of Board Member Gina Davis. Roll call, please.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Clag.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
6 ayes and 0 nays.
Business item 19, discussion and possible action of new business not known about or could not have been reasonably foreseen at the time of the posting of the agenda.
We have none.
19, adjournment.
Madam President, motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn this meeting. Roll call, please.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Schroeder.
Yes.
Clag.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Davis. 6 ayes and 0 nays.
Thank you.